Disa koto sita toto disa tosho dolo disha kashin tasi kanta disha dolo tosho disha kashi kana tisi disha kala tosho disha kana koshun kanda disha kala katsa disha kala kashi tasha disha kashi kono disha koto koshon koshi disha koto shono program. It's actually Santa Claus. Oh! But anyway, Doshon tisi tisha kasa tisha koshon kosi Doshon kati kasha kani tisha kala doshon British colony. The law tishi dala doshon di lo to tishina Deli tishi kali kasa di lo koloko no. So, British. Did Dosha Teleyasan? Did Queen Elizabeth invade, you know, sex attack in Vietnam? Oh, no, French started in Vietnam. Okay. Anyway, the evolution of a timer is a sequel of the application form because the application form is actually the function in really for the soldier. But in the soldier to position itself into the Shikshastan of Lekene, it's a success of Jesus Christ. So, how do we convolve the election of the cotton wool? More. So, Joe, 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 wehene golo, Joe, 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 woko shoko loka nikan sinkanta koto. So anyway, Joseph, in relation to your sheep, the Osentang Onono is just an Aussie, Barishana. But in that time, when we notional the Palakasi, the element of the transcend will actually be the Lakasha in relation to the Thitrakoshan, because the maturity to understand this sheep is that the Onono and the Belakata is the Mono Palakasi Tatasa, based upon the warrior. But based upon the warrior, the conclusion of this warrior is that the defense system will manufacture a fairly cushion. But the certain amount of this way it is shakonon of the poor, because in this way the likashi of law is the exercise of knowing how to. See? Didere chasha ununo. But the malasha ishesatana is rachashan in relation to development of the constant, because the philosophy of religion is that the religion will conference into the mental state. But Joseph, in relation to that shape, when the heat is beautiful, it shows balls or something, or small pee-pee. I'm not allowed to say that to Joseph. But anyway, Lord of the land, Isha Kalana, land of the Benini, Sapphire, Dirshana Asanana, Sukusitsan Anakasan, Didi Dalakashata, Olukushon Kotatana, Police Army, Data Stagnanakaka, Kushonoton, Sheep Balls. But who is Joseph in relation to the Blakison of Bible? Oh. So, Joseph, the transcendent is that when we are bisexual in relation to the sexon, the Yoshong Telakasitanana, hamburger god. He's not bisexual. We're not allowed to say that. But anyway, Wiri Direct Tichong Delakatan. Do you know what that means? Belief of trust. So in that way, with belief of trust based upon Constantine, the Cheshananana is the Pokoshon law, and in relation to the telepon. But the telepon, oh sorry, one word, it is the seasonal of knowing the season. English teacher, grammar, thread, Torsotson. But in that way, if we can pieces in relation to the Belakaran, the fishaton of knowing how to convert into the sequel of our appointment is that our ono mono fongkong is a legacy, but our legacy based upon, SYD, what happened to Gabla. So in that way, if we can feel the substance of knowing the exorcism, we can touch on the throttle of the Itoton. So, first takang money maker. Moneymaker is a characterization of law and institution of the thesis, because moneymaker is an anonym of reality and also to prolong. But Inspector Gadget, the catalyst, is an occasion of law. So in this way, being a detention of the Rongkong is an issue, because funny eye, the dark crystal will listen the plama in that smoke to test it in its 80 sound, which means pipes. Ratatouille, the mechanism of pipes in relation to our own cortisol. The pipes will formulate into the dotation of Salvation Army to Pelekison, its first aid acid. And its first aid acid is the location of St. Mary's Catholic School. And in that way, the Belakasan of law is that the echelon of knowing how to convert into the synthesis of knowing that. Oh, please, Simone, you're right. But anyway, design console is the nickname of our own one. And in that way, when we know the fur, but the Viking, it is the synthesis of Monk. But the Delagon is a Katong. But blind people, curtains is just curtains, but based upon tones of curtain. E, no, Y. It is the chocolate of Tony. Is it? No, doesn't make sense. But in that way, Jewish, the religiosity of your own way of the police coda. The Silent Hill is the introduction of CGI graphics. So in relation to CGI graphics, the future of knowing how to convert into dollar, we will program into an uploader to Pluxus, the mononym, because in that way, the conversion of law is the vision of Cybertron. And in Cybertron, the shakanang of illegal sustained, and we cannot blind to die. So in that way, or whoever they are, instrument God, how do we die the versation of the cotton wool by a sheep? Any crystal meth? And in that time, when we understood the lesson of law, we can also Paloshon the Minisan. Mommy loves you. Look at your belly welly. Look at your belly welly. Mommy loves you. Anyway. In relation to the supplement of the gross, but the tax accountant, we will know later. So in that way, when we tax file the tax plan of Dengling, is the situation of law, because in that way we can also show the maturity to know how we know. Mommy loves you. So in that time, when we function on the reality of the oh dear, oh my, oops, Phoenix, here you go, good girl. So in that way, the convent of knowing, bro, yeah. So, Mona, Mona Lisa, what is the signal of the application of application of application of the Commonwealth Bank in relation to your Ned Kelly? Affiliate, Duchessan Titakatam is a C-system autotom, Bola Dasan. So in that way, the C minus is the console of knowing the maturity to understand the method. So in that way, the higher brigade, you will conclude the production but my pet is so so in that way the abduction anona is the nickname in relation to the subcon because in that way the developer will actually develop the program in relation to the ECU. And in that relation, and in relation to the ECU, the computer system will capitalize the alpha form of the algebra and the algorithm. So in that way, the implicitist of knowing that, oh dear, my next ad will be soon. So in that way, we can confront the Mikasi, because in this way, the alcohol is the narcissist. But the complexity of the higher brigade is that the mechanism will actually ansam tension. So this is 51. Delusion 12. Delusion 92. Bidishina 5C. Disha 6C. Dishini 7C. Dala 1C. Disha Hex Delusion Code Bidenda Ra Deletion 2 Datasun Hex on 2 8 5C. Geek. The mechanism of knowing the legata is that our own legacy is a recognition of war. But in that way, in our own legacy of war, the recognition of knowing that the program would touch on the Balakatan, because in that time the Shashashan will actually be mature into the consumption of the pyramid conform. The roton of legacy, because the blueprint in relation to stealth is very expensive. So in that way, in relation to stealth, the Guardian will plumson our bosom in relation to production. The assistant, so straight men, bosom. But girls, yeah, see ya, yeah, bye. You have a warning. The Ekatsan of Mona Lisa, it is the treasure song. Why men like girls? The astronom of Atlas, Yoda, Sith. When I have more power to become Sith, I'm not gonna let girls. He's not the liquor because my granny is defending him. No. The additional elegance is that the elegance, based upon our position of law, is that we can christen the Christian. Am I baptized? I think so, but I have big foreskin. I think I'm baptized. So in that way, Joseph, the sheepskin. Do you have a Jesus library in SYD? So Jesus the sheepskin is the question of knowing how to confront Gary's mother art, the situation. And in that way, the look of wool is the testimony of 50 cents and the caption. And in that way, the caption is based upon the consciousness of Dr. MT. But Dr. MT in relation to the pleasure of Pluto, the demonstration of no, but the counselor is the time. But in that way, the development of our know-how is that we can to function the maturity to know the DPI. And in that way, when we know the DPI, the instant of known law is structured by Dr. Sandstone. And in that way, the Koflon, Ihi, Doshon. But the legacy of our own war, based upon the old history, is the petition. So history is just history, but the over history is when we all die, and in that way the function of law is the citizen of non Phoenix and the Chakathon. So in relation to Skull, that's my favorite character in Monkey Magic back in the old days. So in that time when we know the Red Bull, is 54 or 50 cents. So in that way, the confunction of this assassin is the threshold of thrall. And in thrall, when we have the power of the engineer, we can citizen its own pistol in the naked of hazard. But in that way, the jet ski moves something to hover over the run. Like that. When it does that, the air under the hover will as I don't know who she is, sorry. The garage lady. The garage lady. Dosha is she a willow? I don't know. Ask her. So in that way, if our cutter or no, our hover is a Nicholson, it is our function of the alchemistry. And in relation to alchemison and econom, Dr. Eleka, I think she's talking to me. So in that time, once we orbit into the planet Mars, the solar system, oh yeah, needs to harvest the sun of hover, something like that. So in that way, when our plane goes like this or like that, we need air. So when we need air, how will it exhaust into no air? By gravity. But in relation to gravity, George Clooney, the movie, I don't like it. But it's good. No, I don't like it. So in that time, when we know how to harvest the manifestation of the dawn, the Ili Karaha, That's what it means, Eileen Creator, in relation to e-way. So on eBay and e-way, the circumcision will help the Chongshang. And in that way, we would develop the next feature in relation to refurber of ships. But how can we save this? Would you like to know some, Joseph? CBC, Christian Brother College. Okay, Black Sun, Yishan. Someone. So when we know how the wool works in relation to the sheep, we can progress the uploader. You have to ask, you know, dye me. But what for? It's already been created. Oh, believe me. But anyway, the confliction based upon the default of the ECP and the E31 is the determinant of knowing that the computation of the character and also to capitalize, yes, Australia. But in that way, there's nothing we can do for Donald Trump in relation to the triprom, because in relation to the triprom by Donald Trump, it is the determinant of the voter and a citizen, each country, who votes you and why. Interesting. But the question of knowing the safety of our own relationship is to build our heavy stand. Yes, like that. And into our own way. The intention of knowing that the molecule of the CM332211 Unit 6 and CM332812 Unit 5 and CM312641 trailer Elise Reversal and Cushington Bank. So in relation to our safety, the molecule of our financial reduction of follow, we will need to work dana the ele. And in that way, the advert will portion into the alchemistry as well as the understanding nature. The confliction between understanding the morpheme, yes, is the datum. And in that time, when we know how to confront the maturity of the well age, we will mature it into the mortgage by Valad. And in relation to Valad, we need to confront the search engine optimization Ropong with. So in that way, we can conflict understanding of the indexing system and to parameters. And to parameters, we need to know the country town as well as the subsidies in relation to default dollar and the proxim of Tau. The parameters is the nakanang of the measure of Rishantong in relation to the crisscross and Choshangnong. Does Jesus have some in the sky? So in that way, we will conflict into our maturity to understand the function of the long neck to develop the next map. Because when he does that, when he develops the next map, he will rewire into the structure of floor. But in that relation, the development of the plexus is that the accuracy is the tradition of the old creator. And the old creator was the law. But in that law, the old creator, it is Oda, is it? Oh. No, it's just OOC. OOC. No. What is OOC? Organism? Organic? Cock? No. Collider. I think he creates cocks. So in that way, oh dear. Yes. Anyway, mother tree to the position of a timer. Because mother tree to the position of a timer is that the sequenal of Weihei and Noho is that the Blakasha is that the Nukushing and also the conflict of knowing how to laser the map. When we know how to laser the map, the instrument of how to laser the map is that when we travel to the Gadia, we will put that the hero of the Bolongo is the Hovon of Hana to harvest the fission. In that way, we are developing the sexism of our availability because animals are animals, plants are plants. But if we can personally know the phototron, we can identify the denton. It's not DNA, but that's particular. So in that time, once we know the iliganon, we will position ourselves into the cysts and the dala. So the pointer will actually evolve into Lankantan to Lolok Shannon. So in that way, we can also plan. So 0.5, 0.6, 0.1, 0.52, data 3, 0.2, 0.4, 0.1, dissonant within our with Imperial Manifest Salvation Army. May I be knighted, Queen Elizabeth. The Shakadan of the Lebanon, funny face is the Nakasha. The remap of Dutuson of the day, dawn, shun is the intersection of the brown. Nana San.